Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Dasho Rose here. I am back to actually do a little bit something different. Now throughout the the last few years, I've done holiday themed, like I've done some stuff, like I've shown off like my candy and all. I talked about like my experience with Halloween and all that, and I've also which I have not done. I actually have not uploaded the candy video this year, and that's only because I can't remember exactly what happened. But I believe my video was acting up or something, so I have to combine the videos. Yeah, I have to do that with a lot of my videos, so it's very frustrating. But yeah, basically that's kind of what it is. I have to I'm gonna have to go through and do all that and whatnot. It's gonna be kind of a thing, down the road. But I have been doing kind of a little bit of this and that. I've not done it in the last few years, but this year I actually want to talk about my experiences with Black Friday and Thanksgiving, and also I'll do Christmas afterwards. But this won't be a thing for every single holiday, just because, a lot of these holidays, we don't celebrate much, I mean, if we celebrate them, then I'll talk about it. But this year, I don't think we're going to be celebrating New Year's Day itself, but I do, but I will be doing a video like I do every year, where I discuss my thoughts on, each, year, like the current year that I had, the past year, and how it went, and my future for the next year. I'll do that kind of stuff. But also, it kind of looks different here, because I want to try to make my video stand out a bit more. So, yeah. That's why, it's an image here and not my card and stuff here, just because. But let's go ahead though and actually talk about my experience with Thanksgiving. Even though it's technically Christmas, everything kind of got screwed up the first week of December because I had a cold and all that, so I did not get things done like I wanted. But now I can actually talk about my experiences with this. So Thanksgiving, I'm gonna say this year, I kind of feel like it was very split for me on Thanksgiving. Because unlike last year, this year I actually went to St. Louis. Last year I didn't go to St. Louis with my family because I'm going to see them, at Christmas time anyway. And I don't want to have to drive all the way up there just to drive back the same day. Because what Mama and Papa are doing, because they do this thing with their church and all that, which is honestly it's frustrating as hell. I hate that they do this. I'm can't you guys plan this afterwards? I mean, or something, or plan this or something, or have us go back with somebody else, I'm why do we need to well, my dad wants to save gas on his car, okay, he wants to save gas on his car, which I get, but then I'm we can't really go up there and spend time with the family much anyway, and all that, so I'm just I don't feel really the whole point of going up there. I went up there this year, though, and, I'll say the actual experience there was actually not bad. Again, I didn't get to do a whole lot, because we were only up there for half the day, then we went back and all that. And, yeah, I went up there, so I basically rode up with Mama and Papa up there and all that, and my dad rode with Aunt Lynn and Uncle Jim. And I'm gonna say this, it felt kind of like they didn't even want me there, they were kind of rushing. See, I lost my phone and all that, and I don't know, they were kind of rushing me out of the house and all that, so it doesn't feel like they actually want me there and all that. It kind of felt like that's kind of what it was. And I'll say something about this that kind of pisses me off about them. Well, number one, they decided to go up there. They decided to actually go up there. They decided to go up to St. Louis. They decided to go up there and all that, on like the same day as us, of course. But unlike us, they basically only are there for a couple hours. So I think they arrived there at like 2:30, and then they left by the time me and my dad got back with Uncle Jeff's friends and all. Because we went to their house and all. They walked there and all that. And I'm just like, basically they kind of just went up there, so it's like they weren't even there that long, I'm like, it kind of feels disrespectful a little bit, don't you think? You're not really there very long. I mean, maybe they have to do stuff at the house, but I feel like they just kind of go to the house and sit down anyway, so I'm just like, it feels a bit disrespectful. And yeah, you could talk about the same person who didn't go up there before, but I'm like, I didn't want to ride up there the same day. That I was doing Black Friday, shopping and all, which I will talk about this year like I did last year. I think I did last year, I can't remember. But my thing is the fact that they actually drove up there. I didn't even ride up there. It'd be different if I rode up there and then wanted to come back a couple hours later. That'd have been different. But they basically, went up there, and were only up there for a couple hours. So, they really didn't. They weren't really up there very long. So I feel like maybe that's probably how it would have been last year too, and all that. So, but another thing is too, we could have rode back with them, so we're not in such a hurry and all that. They could have stayed longer. So the whole thing freaking pissed me off about them. I mean, I've spent some time with them in the past, but honestly, they're kind of getting on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie. Basically, they even did this whole thing where they took my dad out to eat, but didn't take me out. And I guess technically, they took me out like last year for my birthday, but this year they did not. But they took my dad out, and they used this damn excuse. Well, they used this damn excuse because we spend more time with you than we do with him and all that. I mean, even Mama was on their side and all that. And I'm like, I haven't seen him in a long time. Last year I didn't see him, I believe, until I think it was like after my birthday. It wasn't until around Christmas time when I actually saw them again, I think. I could be wrong, but I believe that was what happened there. And I haven't seen him hardly at all this year either. So yeah, it felt kind of like a big middle finger to me, because I'm like, it doesn't feel like they really want me around and all that, and like, I don't know if it's because of my religion beliefs or something. I mean, I know that's a funny thing to point out and say, kind of random, but they got kind of upset about me about that when I commented on that. It's like not on a post, but they were trying to get me to watch this religion thing about God and all that, and I just told them my honest opinion. I just don't care about it. I mean, they can have their own religions, and I don't care. But they seem to be very defended about that, and yeah, I just don't I feel like they're kind of just, I don't care about them much, honestly, and I mean, I might still go over and watch movies sometimes with them, because that's what we did in the past, but for the most part, yeah, I just don't care about Aunt Lynn and Uncle Jim much. I just don't freaking care about them anymore. I just don't care about them. They're just kind of like, I mean, used to care about them, but it's like they barely been around us at all. Like, they don't really spend time with the family much, in general. They're kind of like, they basically left the state, went to Louisiana, kind of like my mom did. She did left the state, but she still went up there and kind of visited me. They didn't visit us hardly at all when they went up there. They basically, I'm not saying I'm excusing my mom for leaving the state while I was in school. Not saying that I kind of didn't really want to live with her at that time anyway because of my siblings, which by the way are getting kind of out of hand again. They don't treat me as horribly as they did, but they don't treat me really bad at all like they did in Hannibal, but they're getting very aggressive and violent. and it kind of scares me. So I'm not gonna probably go to Christmas with them. Actually, I'm not going to be doing it tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to. My mom actually called me earlier, but yeah, but I'm just but yeah, the whole thing though, again, I just don't feel like Aunt Lynn and Uncle Jim, again, don't feel like they want to be around and all with the family and all. They kind of just don't. They barely, like I said, they barely even came up here at all. And when they did, they basically visited like Linda visited her mom and all that, and the funeral and all that, and well, not funeral. I mean, visited my mom, like her mom, which is my great grandma, which I call Grandma Rose, at the retirement home. And I'm kind of upset too that they also didn't throw a funeral. They were like, well, there's not really any close relatives to her. I'm like, we have the family, we could have thrown a funeral for her. Not saying I like going to funerals, but I really don't. I can't stand going to funerals. It just makes me feel sad. Yeah, most of the time, I mean, unless it's not somebody you don't like, and you're just going there to support your friends more than anything, but for the most part, yeah, I've been to funerals. I cannot stand them. They're just so sad. I went to one of my friend's funerals. She was my friend and she passed away. Her name was Brianna. She passed away. I've talked about her before. She passed away and I could not stand being there. I didn't cry. But that's probably because I'm so used to having close ones die to me, because I've had so many pets that have died to me and all that. I'm kind of just used to it, but I still feel sad, Just because I don't show emotion does not mean I don't feel sad. And that's the thing, though. I still feel like we should have had something for Grandma Rose. It just felt kind of I just felt kind of, whatever for me. But that's kind of why I don't like going up in general, because I just don't like being around a lot of my family too much in general. And that's not a good thing to say, but I mean, I'll have Thanksgiving with them, but we kind of just don't. Well, it's like Aunt Corey and them don't seem to get along very well and all that. We had our problems in the past. So did Uncle Jeff. But this year, surprisingly, they actually weren't too bad. They really weren't that bad. Uncle Jeff, I also didn't go asking him questions like what's your favorite color and all that, practicing my conversations, because I'm trying to work on that, because I've had issues. I have autism, and let's just say I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I might make a video about that down the road, kind of talking about my autism and all that. But let's just say it kind of has gotten me into some trouble, because I don't know what I'm doing and all that sometimes with the conversations and all that. But basically I don't remember what I say sometimes. So yeah, I'll just say that. But I'll talk about that maybe in the future, because I kind of want to make a video, because it's kind of bugging me. But yeah, I will say that I did have a pretty good time actually being up there. Like I said, we just weren't there very long, and all that. But I got to see Uncle Jeff's friends and all that too, and I made my own dish. That's my first year making my own dish, which was peanut butter bars. Yeah, I finally was able to make them look very good. I tried the last few times, I just couldn't make them look good. This year they looked very good. They looked right. They didn't look just like the peanut butter bars I saw in the video. But I had some problems because I didn't have all the tools. I didn't have a rolling pin, so I couldn't crumble the crackers up completely. And then I had a problem where I couldn't I had a problem too where I couldn't crumble I couldn't crumble the crackers up completely, but then I also had problems too where I had problems where I couldn't, crumble up the pieces and all that. But I also like the blender. Like, apparently we actually do have a blender that's supposed to be used for chocolate and all that. So that would make it more wet and like more liquidly instead of like all mushy and all that, like the chocolate and peanut butter together. I had that, but it was not like put together. So I didn't know how to put that together. So I had to like go with what I had. And actually, it turned out it actually did taste good. It didn't taste bad. It tastes really good. I put some foil underneath it. I kind of wish I didn't do that. Next time I won't put foil underneath it. Problem is trying to like again clean out the dishes because the crap gets stuck on there and all that. I probably need to just find me some non-stick, equipment. I just don't know where to find some. But I might actually do that with because I'm gonna be going to my therapy and all that on. I think it's the 7th. Because I do have therapy. Because like I said, I struggle really bad with some stuff, and I feel like I feel like I'm trying my best to work on it. But like I said, having autism, bipolar, and ADHD and all that, it's very hard on me. It's very, very hard. It's not like. Well, some of the stuff's not super severe. Well, the bipolar kind of is. Autism, not as much, but I do have ADHD. I have horrible depression at times, too. And that could be part of some of the stuff growing up I dealt with, too, but yeah, I don't know. But I will probably get some more equipment, too, and all that, after the holidays are over. But I will say, yeah, I don't think the Thanksgiving was really bad, but it was mostly the trip on the way there, and the trip, especially on the way back, that sucked. So I actually did go to Ruby Tuesday. I actually finally got to go to Ruby Tuesday. I actually wish I brought my phone. I don't know what I was thinking of bringing my phone in, and I guess I couldn't record the outside, so I would have had to go back there anyway. But yeah, I would have gone back to that place anyway. Because I was wanting to record a Ruby Tuesday because they're kind of going out of business, so I wanted to kind of get one there too. I did record TJ Friday, so I actually have to go back there with Delaney too because I actually did a part 2, which I think I uploaded it. I think I uploaded Ruby Tuesday 2 on my list. Both places were very good. The dish I got from Ruby Tuesday is very expensive. Funny enough, I was asking for a menu because I was asking for a menu and all that because I think they have paper menus and all that I wasn't really thinking because I was kind of under pressure too because I'm like, Mama and Papa are freaking very impatient people at times and like I said, that's the whole reason why I'm like, why would they do this the same day, I mean, I guess they were going to church the very next day, but again, I'm like, I don't really get that, I'm sure they're probably also stressed out because they've been taking care of my dad too and all that, but still, I don't feel like doing that the same exact day is probably the best idea, it's just a little too much. Because, I guess, again, like I said, they planned their church thing on the next day, but still, I'm like, you gotta drive us 2 or 2.5 hours, back home. I can't remember how long it was, and then you gotta do it again. So it's just it just feels like it's more work, it makes you more cranky and frustrated, plus they're older too, so... Yeah, they're definitely more cranky, and I think that's just because of their age, I can't really blame them there, and, and all that, but, I will blame them, for trying to do this go back the same day and all that, because that's kind of more on them, but I'm not gonna point fingers. Like I said, they've been, stressed out too, so I'll give them some slack there, but, yeah, I was recording the lights, I was recording the sign lights out in the window, and because I'm trying to get pictures of that stuff's kind of hard. So I actually want to get actual lights for that stuff, and and yeah, basically, that's kind of what happened there. You know, well, Papa got mad at me. Well, got mad at me and my dad. We were talking and all that about. We saw a Sears sign. Yeah, the Mills Mall. Even though the Sears are all out of business. Yeah, they're all out of business. You know, like according to Google, they are. Like they're pretty much all out of business. But again, you know, Google also said Radio Shack was out of business. Now they're saying it's not, but some of these stores never actually closed, so I don't know if Google always knows, you know, anything. But like I said, I think, you know, like I've said before, I think, you know, the fact that there's still a Sears sign on the Mills Mall and all that's pretty funny and all that, because a lot of the locations, like malls and all I've been to, because I've been to quite a few malls in Missouri, even the Chesterfield Mall, they used to have a Sears. And actually, if you look at some older images of it, which I'm sure will probably be going away, because Google, like I said, Google is not very good at like looking up history, and that's kind of my big problem with looking things up in Google Maps and Google in general. Like, I kind of feel like they need to make it a bit easier, like, to, like, navigate that stuff. You know, because I like to look up some old images of some places I used to go to that are no longer in business, you know, or they remodeled, like, the McDonald's from Holt Summit, they remodeled that location and all that, you know, a few times, and I like to find some older images of it. That's the problem, though. I'm sure they're on there, but the problem is there's, like, thousands of images on there, and Google's not very good at that. And they've been like that forever, so I don't know, it's just frustrating. But and I've tried a lot of different things to actually look the stuff up. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to say there about all that stuff, but I will say this though. I will say that I will say that Thanksgiving, although it was okay, I don't think it was great. It was okay, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and let things go from here. 'Cause speaking of Thanksgiving, I gotta actually go to the restroom. I know it's a funny thing to point out, but it's true. I gotta go to the restroom. I actually gotta finish making food for my, by my dad and all that when he gets home. So. But I'll be talking about, I'll probably wait a few days or so to actually talk about, because I'll talk about, Black Friday and all that too, but I actually want to get Christmas reviews out and all that too, because I have a Christmas review I want to do. But, anywho guys, see you later. Bye-bye.